Hi, Brian. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. How was your weekend?
Oh, not so good.
It's not so good. Well,
No.
okay, before we go into it, I know we've met before, but I just want to remind you about confidentiality. So, what you say here, stays between us. I'm not going to go around and share it with your peers or anybody else. But if you do disclose intent to harm yourself or others, that is something that, as a mandatory reporter, I would have to share um, with someone else. So, just want to make sure you're aware of that, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you said your weekend wasn't so great. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
My girlfriend left me.
Your girlfriend left you. How long were you guys together?
A year and a half.
Oh, so kind of long.
Yeah.
What happened?
She found someone better, I guess.
Found someone. I don't think that, Brian. What makes you think that?
No, she just left me, so obviously I wasn't that important to her.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had a rough weekend, Brian. Can you tell me a little bit more? How does that make you feel that she left?
Um, I mean, just kind of lost. Don't even
Okay.
know what the point of me being here anymore is.
What do you mean being here? Like as in school?
Just here in general.
Okay. Well, what did you do this weekend to try to take your mind off of it a bit?
I just sat at home.
Sat around at home? Have you
Yeah.
had any experiences like this before?
No, this isn't the first one.
First time. First breakups are hard. I know we all go through that, especially when we're young, but um have you gone through a sad time before or maybe what are some activities that you could do to have some fun to get your mind off of it?
I mean, I guess I could go for a walk.
Go for a walk. That's a great idea. You did make a comment that has me a little concerned. You said that you don't know if you should be here anymore. So are you thinking about suicide? Has that crossed your mind? Or are you wanting to kill yourself?
I mean, I don't know. It crossed my mind, but
Okay.
I just don't know.
So it did. It kind of came up over this weekend during this event.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Well, will you let me assist you to maybe get some help with that?
I guess.
Because I care about you and it's my job to make sure that my students are safe. And so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. There's not any right or wrong answer, and you're definitely not in trouble, okay?
Okay.
I talk to kids about these things and it can feel kind of uncomfortable, but it's important that you're honest so that we can make plans to keep you safe. Um, I'll walk you through a couple of these questions and just let me know what your answer is, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever thought about or tried to kill yourself? Um,
Yeah.
One, never. Two, it was just a brief passing thought. Three, I have had a plan at least once to kill myself, but didn't try to do it. Four, I have had a plan at least once to kill myself and really wanted to die. Five, I have attempted to kill myself but did not want to die. Or six, I've attempted to kill myself and really hope to die.
Three.
Three, being I've had a plan at least once to kill myself but did not try.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you clarify that a little bit? So when you say you had a plan, what did that look like?
I mean, I had the means to do it.
You had the means being what?
I have a whole cupboard of medication at home.
Okay. Is your parent aware that you have access to those medications?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll make mark of that. Um okay, question number 2. How many times have you thought about killing yourself? So, 1, never. 2, rarely, being like one time. 3, sometimes, meaning 2 times. 4, often, 3 or 4 times. Or 5, very often, 5 or more times.
Two.
2. So rarely, meaning one time. So it's just this one time that you had thought that.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3. Have you ever told someone that you're going, meaning you texted or you maybe posted online, that you were going to kill yourself? 1, no. 2, yes, at one time, but I did not really want to die. 3, yes, one time, and I did want to die. 4, yes, more than once, but I didn't want to die. Or 5, yes, more than once, and I really wanted to die.
2.
2. So yes, one time, but you didn't really want to die. Is that the correct answer? Okay. Okay. Last question. Do you ever think that you might kill yourself someday? 0, or number 1, never. 2, no chance at all. 3, rather unlikely. 4, unlikely. 5, likely. 6, rather likely. And 7, very likely.
3.
3, rather unlikely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to 1 second review this quick. Okay. So, we did, when I score this up, we do have kind of a higher score here. So this is something that we're going to have to discuss with your parent. Are you okay and aware of that?
I guess.
Okay. I just think it's best that your parent's aware that you've had these thoughts, because obviously your parent really cares about you as well. So we want to make sure that they're in the loop. But first, I'm really appreciative that you came to me about it, and we can continue to talk a little bit about it before we call your parent. So I'm going to go through this safety plan template just because it's super important that when you are thinking these things, I know you said it was just a one-time occurrence, and I know you answered that, it's pretty unlikely and that you actually want to die, but in order to have, a plan in place, that way the next time you might have these thoughts, you have something to refer back to. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So, let's go through some warning signs that, might tell you that a crisis is developing. So I know this weekend you went through kind of a traumatic experience with your girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, but what are some warning signs that tell you that you're having these troubling thoughts?
Laziness.
Laziness, okay.
Depressed feelings.
Depressed feelings. Good one. And it sounds like you recognize when you see those feelings or feel those feelings and are being lazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about some coping strategies? We kind of went over this before. So you said maybe going for a walk. What are some other things that you enjoy that you could do to take your mind off the problem?
I guess talk to friends or
Yeah.
just go outside maybe. I don't know.
Go outside. So just being outdoors and maybe communicating with some friends would be helpful to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing, you already kind of listed this, but what about people in social settings that can provide some distraction? So who specifically? You said you could talk to some friends, but maybe let's write down a couple names of friends that you could go to.
Could talk to my best friend Paul.
Okay.
Or my other really close friend Caitlin.
Okay. And you think those friends would be supportive and, hearing you out on some things?
Yeah, I'm sure they would be.
Awesome. Okay. Those are 2 great connections that you can contact if you're, feeling lazy or feeling depressed. Maybe you could go outside and call Paul or Caitlin. What about social settings? I know we kind of went over that a little bit, that outdoors helps you out, but can you think of any other areas that you could, like a specific park or somewhere where you could go to get your mind off things?
I guess I could go swimming in the river.
Swimming in the river, okay. Do you have a river by you?
Yeah, there's one pretty close.
Close by. Good. So swimming. Can you think of any other places that maybe make your spirits go up a bit? Any other places you really enjoy?
I guess I could go to like a movie.
Go to a movie? Okay, what kind of movies do you like?
Action movies.
An action movie. All right. Good ideas. Okay, and I'm going to provide you, so we already labeled some places you could go or some people you can talk to if you're having, depressive feelings or if you're feeling like you're being lazy. I'm also going to provide you with this sheet that will have some professionals and a hotline that you can call. It's 24/7. So if you're not in school and I'm not available, I would recommend calling this hotline, especially, or one of these professionals that could help you further. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think, just finally to kind of conclude our session, what's one thing that's like most important to you and worth living for?
My family.
Your family. So don't you think, I know we kind of went over this a little bit. We're going to talk to your parent here in a little bit, but so your family cares for you and your family wants you here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm so glad you're aware of that, and we'll kind of conclude this session, and then we'll go ahead and give your mom a call. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, sounds good.